Hello, good morning dear students. Today we are discussing about chapter 3rd, recording of transaction first as per NCERT book. In this chapter we will discuss two important practical concepts. These two concepts, the first is accounting equation and the second is accounting process. Again, in this chapter we will discuss about two practical concepts. The first is accounting equation and the second is accounting process. In this video we will discuss about accounting equation. What is accounting equation? What is the role of accounting equation in a business organization and how it is prepared? So let's start with accounting equation. The formula of accounting equation. Before going to this topic, just we need to know what is accounting equation. So accounting equation is also known as balance sheet equation. Again, accounting equation is also known as balance sheet equation. Accounting equation represents a relationship between assets, liabilities and owner's capital. Again, it represents a relationship between assets, liabilities and owner's capital. It is a foundation of double entry system. It is a foundation of a double entry system. Each transaction affect equal debit as well as credit. Each transaction affect equal debit as well as credit. That's why it is known as foundation of a double entry system. The formula of accounting equation, that is assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Assets is equal to liability plus capital. In short way we can say assets A is equal to liabilities L plus C. Assets is equal to liability plus capital. That is a formula for accounting equation. How to prepare in practical and how to find the value of accounting equation, the total value of assets, the total value of capital and the total value of liabilities, we will discuss here with a practical example. So let's start. That is the format of accounting equation. The first column serial number or date. The first column is serial number or date. The second column is for particulars or transaction. The second column is particular or transaction. And after the second column, the remaining page will be divided in two parts. Remaining page will be divided in two parts. The first is for assets. As per formula, assets is equal to liability plus capital. So this area will be denote the balance of assets and liabilities. The second, this area will be denoted as liability and the last column will be denoted as capital. So as per our formula, assets is equal to liability plus capital. The remaining page divided in two parts. Half part will be assets and the another half part will be for liabilities and capital. After assets and liabilities column will be subdivided approximately 4 and 5 column. So assets furtherly divided in 5 column, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and liabilities also furtherly divided in 4 column, first, second, third, fourth. We will write the particular assets name in these column. So let's start. with a practical example how to record the business transaction in accounting equation and how to find the value of assets, liabilities and capital. So start. Mr. John started business with a case. Mr. John started business with cash rupees 5 lakh, machinery rupees 1 lakh and stock rupees 1 lakh. So here the first transaction, business started. Mr. John started business with cash rupees 5 lakh, machinery rupees 1 lakh and stock rupees 1 lakh. By this transaction, 3 assets are coming in your business. Mr. John is third owner. He is giving 3 assets in your business. So in your business, 3 assets are coming. The first assets, cash. The second assets, machinery, and third assets, stock. These 3 assets are coming in your business. The value of cash 5 lakh. So cash balance increased by rupees 5 lakh. Machinery balance rupees 1 lakh. Machinery balance increased by rupees 1 lakh and stock 1 lakh. Stock balance increased by rupees 1 lakh. The total amount given by the owner, and owner's account is capital account. Owner's account is capital account. So 5 lakh plus 1 lakh plus 1 lakh. The total 7 lakh will be your capital. So here 7 lakh will be capital. Now asset side equal to liability side. Asset side equal to liability plus capital. 7 lakh total asset side and 7 lakh total liabilities plus capital side. I hope you understood. The second transaction, goods purchased rupees 1 lakh. Point to be note here. Goods purchased rupees 1 lakh at 20% discount. The value of goods purchased 1 lakh with 20% trade discount. With 20% trade discount and 5% cash discount. Again, listen carefully the transaction. Goods purchased rupees 1 lakh at 20% trade discount and 5% cash discount. 50% amount paid on the time. 50% amount paid on the time. So first, trade discount will never be recorded in the book. Trade discount will never be recorded in the book. It will be deducted directly from the transactions amount. It is directly deducted from transaction amount. So 1 lakh and 20% of 1 lakh is rupees 20,000. So your purchase value 80,000. 20% of 1 lakh 20,000. After deducting 20,000 from 1 lakh, the purchase transaction is for 80,000. So you have purchased a total 80,000. So your stock will be increased by rupees 80,000. Goods purchased by rupees 80,000 because trade discount never be recorded in the book. It is directly deducted from the transactions amount. So 20% of 1 lakh 20,000 we have deducted from 1 lakh. The purchase transaction is for rupees 80,000. Stock is coming 80,000. It increases the balance of stock. 80,000 we have added in stock column. Now 50% amount paid in cash. The 50% of 80,000 is 40,000. 50% amount paid in case on the time. So 50% of 80,000, 40,000 and 5% case discount. 5% of case discount is allowed or received on case transaction. Point to be noted always. Case discount always allowed or received on case transaction. So case transaction here 40,000, 5% case discount is allowed. So 5% of 40,000 is rupees 2,000. So how much amount we have paid to creditor? We have to paid supplier. We have paid only rupees 38,000. 40,000 total amount case transaction, but after deducting 2,000 case discount, we have to pay only rupees 38,000. So we paid rupees 38,000. 38,000 will be reduced case balance, because case is outgoing from your business. That's why case balance will be reduced by rupees 38,000. And 2,000, that is a profit. That is a profit for you. Profit increase the capital balance. So this profit will be increased, added in capital. So 2,000 added in capital. The remaining 40,000. The remaining 40,000 balance, now we have not paid yet. That will be a liability. That is a liability for us. In future we have to pay. The person to whom goods purchase credit. The person from goods and services are purchased in credit are known as creditors. So our liability is created by the name of creditor. So liability creditors by rupees 40,000. I hope you understood. But again, the total purchase value is rupees 1 lakh. 20% discount on purchase 20,000. After deducting 20,000, the purchase transaction is rupees 80,000. So stock value will be increased by rupees 80,000. We have added rupees 80,000 in stock. 50% amount paid on same time and allowed 5% discount. 50% amount of rupees 80,000 is 40,000 and allowed 5% discount, that is 2%. Discount is our income. That's why it will be added in capital. We have added rupees 2,000 in capital. We have to pay rupees 38,000 to supplier. We have paid case 38,000. That's why case balance reduced by rupees 38,000, and the remaining balance of 40,000. 50% amount we have not paid yet. So remaining 50% balance amount rupees 40,000, that is a liability we have to pay in future. So this is liability known as the creditors. So creditors balance increased by rupees 40,000. The next third transaction, goods sold costing rupees 1,20,000 at 1,50,000. Costing rupees 1,20,000 sold at 1,50,000. Goods of costing rupees 1,20,000 sold at rupees 1,50,000 at 10% discount. At 10% trade discount and 5% cash discount. At 10% trade discount and 5% cash discount. ₹1 lakh received on the same time. Rupees 1 lakh received on the same time. So we will record this transaction. The first, the cost value rupees 1,20,000. So cost value, goods is outgoing from your business, that's why stock balance will be reduced. So here 1,20,000 will be reduced in stock balance. The cost price rupees 1,20,000, 1,20,000 will be reduced from stock. We sold at rupees 1,50,000 at 10% discount. So 10% of 1,50,000, 15,000. So selling price is rupees 1,35,000. The selling price of goods is 1,35,000 because trade discount never be recorded in the book. Trade discount will never be recorded in the book. So we have sold at rupees 1,35,000. 1 lakh received on the same time and allowed a discount at the rate of 5%. So 5% of 1 lakh, 5,000. We received only rupees 95,000 instead of 1 lakh. So your cash balance will be increased by rupees 1 lakh. Your cash balance will be increased by 1 lakh. Sorry, your cash balance will be increased by rupees 95,000. By rupees 95,000 because 5,000 we have allowed as a discount. This discount will not be received to us. 95,000 cash balance will be increased. The remaining balance 1,35,000 minus 1 lakh. 35,000 is the credit sales, and whenever goods are sold in credit, the person to whom goods are sold in credit are known as debtor, and debtor is a assets. So our new column debtor. Debtor increased by rupees 35,000. Debtors increased by rupees 35,000. The profit. The cost price rupees 1,20,000 and sold price, selling price rupees 1,35,000. 15,000 you got profit. 15,000 you got profit by this transaction. Minus we have allowed 5,000 as discount. So minus 5,000. So what is the net profit? Net profit is rupees 10,000 on this transaction, and net profit will be added to capital balance. So this profit will be 10,000. How to record the transaction? I hope you understood. Once again, costing of rupees 1,20,000 goods sold at rupees 1,50,000 at 10% trade discount. Trade discount never be recorded in the book. That's why 15,000 will be deducted directly. So selling price is rupees 1,35,000 and the cost price is rupees 1,20,000. 1,20,000 will be reduced in the stock value minus 1,20,000. 1 lakh rupees 1 lakh received on the same time and allowed 5% discount. So 1 lakh into 5 upon 10, 5,000 we have allowed a discount. So we will receive only rupees 95,000. So your cash balance will be increased by rupees 95,000 and the 5,000 will be treated in the capital because this is the loss. The remaining balance, total sales 1,35,000, cash amount received 1 lakh, the remaining balance 35,000 will be treated as a credit sales, and credit sales is the person to whom goods are sold in credit will be treated as debtors. So debtor balance will be increased by rupees 35,000. The profit on this transaction, the costing price rupees 1,20,000 and selling price rupees 1,35,000. The total net profit is rupees 15,000. 15,000 minus we have allowed 5% discount. So minus 5% discount, 5,000 discount, the net profit will be 10,000. This profit will be added to capital. I hope you understood how to record the transaction with trade discount and case discount. Goods sold. The fourth transaction, salary paid rupees 5,000. Salary paid rupees 5,000. Salary paid rupees 5,000. So case will be outgoing from your business minus 5,000 from case will be reduced from by rupees 5,000, and salary is an expenses. Expenses reduce the balance of capital. So minus 5,000 in capital. 5,000 reduced in case balance and 5,000 reduced in capital. Expenses and losses are reduced from capital. Profit and income are added in capital. The next transaction, commission received rupees 10,000. Commission received rupees 10,000. You have received commission rupees 10,000. Commission is your income. As a income we will receive the case, so case balance will be increased. Add 10,000 in the case column, and commission is your income. Income increase the balance capital, so added rupees 10,000 in the capital. Is it clear? The next transaction, depreciation charged on machinery at the rate of 10%. 10% depreciation. Depreciation charged on machinery at the rate of 10%. So the value of machinery is rupees 1 lakh and we have charged 10%. 1 lakh of 10% of 1 lakh is rupees 10,000. So your transaction depreciation charged rupees 10,000. So machinery balance will be reduced by rupees 10,000. And this is an expenses, that's why it will be reduced in capital balance minus 10,000. The next transaction, $10,000 paid to creditors. Paid to creditors. 10,000 paid to creditors. So creditors, case is outgoing from your business 10,000 and creditor we had paid, so your creditor balance will be reduced. 10,000 reduce in creditors balance. 20,000 received from debtors. The next transaction, received from debtors rupees 20,000. Case is coming in your business, that's why case balance will be increased by rupees 20,000. Case balance increased by rupees 20,000 and debtors balance reduced by 20,000 because we have received from debtors, so your debtor balance will be reduced by rupees 20,000. I hope you understood how to record these transactions. Some important transaction we will discuss in the next question. So we will need to find out the value. Now close the account and find the balance. The case balance 5,95,000, 6,05,000 and 6,25,000. 6,25,000 is the positive balance of case. The negative balance 38,000, 43,000 and 53,000. 53,000 to 705. 5,72,000 is the closing balance. 5,72,000 is the closing balance of case. 1 lakh minus 10,000, 90,000. 1 lakh 80,000 minus 1 lakh 20,000, 60,000 is the stock balance. 35,000 minus 20,000, 15,000 is the balance of debtors. Creditors, 40,000 minus 10,000, 30,000. Capital balance, 7 lakh 2,000, 7 lakh 12,000, 7 lakh 22,000. 7 lakh 22,000 is the positive, and a negative 5,000 plus 10,000, 15,000 minus 15,000, 7 lakh 7,000. 7 lakh 7,000 is the capital balance. Now we need to satisfy that accounting equation. We need to find the accounting equation. Total assets. Assets equal to liability plus capital. The total of assets, 5 lakh 72,000 plus 90,000 plus 60,000 plus 15,000. 0, 7, 7, 16, 22, 23 and 7. 7 lakh 37,000. The balance of assets, 7 lakh 37,000 equal to liability, 7 lakh 7,000, 7 lakh 7,000 plus creditors, that is the balance of liability, 30,000. 7 lakh 37,000 equal to 7 lakh 37,000. That is your accounting equation. I hope you understood how to prepare accounting equation in practical way.